coming in to do a pap smear is a walk-in service.
Mm-hmm.
No woman needs a doctor's request to come.
Okay.
There are some people, when you tell them they should come do the test, they won't come because they are worried about going to join a queue just to get a request to come and do the test. It's a walk-in service.
Mm-hmm.
And for a woman who is coming in to do the test, the only thing that we would exclude you from is when you are bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
So if the woman is not bleeding, she can just walk in at any time, come do the test.
Right. Okay. Right. So if she's not bleeding, she can come in and do the test.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what's the procedure? I mean, people know what we do for a mammogram. What really is going to happen to me during the pap smear test?
Okay. So I hear a lot of people complaining about, hey, it will be painful. I've heard it's painful. Okay, a pap smear is not painful.
Okay.
Most people are just scared of the fact that we are going to put something in the vagina. So the test is basically looking at the cervix and then taking a sample from the cervix.
Okay.
The sample is not like a pinch or scraping or cutting anything.
Okay.
People have very weird imaginations for all that to be going on down there.
Okay.
So there's a plastic something we put in the vagina. It's called a speculum.
All right.
We use it to open up the cervix,
Mm-hmm.
to be the vagina to be able to see the cervix.
Okay.
Then there's a soft brush that we use.
Okay.
The brush is very soft. We just brush it over the cervix.
Okay.
You won't even feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
You won't feel anything at all when the cervix is when the brush is going around the cervix.
Okay.
And that's it. It goes into a container, goes to the lab.
Right.
The bit about the pap smear is it's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable because we are going to be putting a speculum in the vagina to open up.
To give us access to the cervix.
Exactly.
Okay.
To
And
be
we
able
want
to see the cervix.
We want to take the smear from the cervix.
From the cervix.
Nowhere else.
Exactly.
Okay.
It has to be at the cervix.
Okay.
And with how far the cervix is in the vagina, if you don't open it up a little,
Right.
you won't be able to see the cervix.
So the process of opening up the cervix may be a little uncomfortable. Right, but you
not
wouldn't
painful.
classify that as painful.
Not at all.
Okay, folks, if you just joined us, 19 minutes past the hour, 2 on Joy 99.7 FM. We're going back over our lessons on cervical cancer, especially screening and the test that you are required as a woman to undergo periodically, right? And I've got in the studio speaking to me now a senior midwifery officer with the reproductive health unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Madame Frederica Karanchi. She's here with me. She can take your questions. We're live on WhatsApp 055 11 11 997. Let me activate the phone lines early since we've done most of this already. 030-221-6541. Those are the healthy buttons to push. We're live on Facebook and YouTube and X.
Joy 99.7 FM.
And that's exactly where your dial is, Joy 99.7 FM. Let me just address this. There's a gentleman called Zet. Now, about 4 weeks ago, I mentioned when we did World Cancer Day, and I mentioned that there were some concerns raised about specific or particular microplastics that may leach or leak into your tea from tea bags. Now, this gentleman has held on to this and he wants me to give him specific tea bags which are of danger. Zet, let me say this again, and I said it last week. This was a general concern, and I said I'll bring it back, right? I will take your number. I think last week, Ziggy, when you sent it, this one was absent, right? I can send you a link, but it does not list specific brands of tea. It raises a concern, as the general concerns are being raised about many things and microplastics in things we consume. So I hope that settles you. But let me read out your message so that people will know why I took a break. I hope the aim of Ultimate Health is healthy living. Please ask for today. Please share the tea bag type that is not so good. Thing is, I do tea daily and I don't know if I'm taking the wrong one of all these years. Please share with me today, else I will not ask again. Zet, please Google tea and microplastics. Google it, yes, but I will also send you what I read. I hope that ends the matter. And yes, I will say it again assertively. Yes, Ultimate Health, your ultimate guide to healthy living. Okay? Right, I did not list specific tea brands there's a general concern and a research that was done, and it came up in the discussion. All right. I hope you are satisfied and you will continue listening to Ultimate Health. We appreciate you. Z. Okay. And that's sorted. Was there another message? Okay. My WhatsApp is right. All right. So coming back into the studio, if you have any questions, concerns on cervical cancer, not T-bags, 055 11 11 997. And I did activate the phone line early, 030-221-6541. Last week, I shared the horrifying, horrendous statistic that says less than 3% of the women of targeted women who should be presenting for these screenings are not presenting. That is why I'm hitting on cervical cancer, right? You're not going for these tests. Of the number we diagnose every year, we'll lose half or more than half of them. When I say lose, it doesn't mean they are missing. They are dead, gone. And I've emphasized this is preventable, right? Yes. Again, if you are clear of any damaged cells or abnormal cells, there is also a vaccine regime available. Yeah. So we're very, very interested. I'm hoping Rose will join us soon so that I can look at whether the numbers. But let me ask you this, Frederica, just generally as a practicing SMO. Do women respond? Do they present?
So
I'm hoping they present to the level or degree that you are overwhelmed at the unit.
Okay.
How is the response?
We started this screening almost 8 years ago. The first year we got a lot of people. Second year was a lot, but subsequently the numbers started reducing.
All right.
And eventually we're trying to figure out if it was because time for screening in between was also one of the reasons why people hadn't come.
Okay. Because
for the liquid-based cytology, it's supposed to be done every 2 to 3 years.
That's the PAP.
Yes.
Okay.
The PAP smear.
Right.
For the HPV testing, repeats is supposed to be done every 5 years.
Okay.
So we assume that, okay, maybe
that's the one where we actually check the variant of HPV.
Yes, please.
Specifically.
Yes.
All right.
Whether they have the virus or not.
Okay.
So that one is supposed to be done every 5 years.
Okay.
So at a point, we're trying to figure out if that could also be the reason why the numbers were declining over the years.
Okay.
But eventually we got to find out that people are still scared, either scared to come do the test because they don't know or they don't want to know the results, or they heard that, oh, it's painful, so they don't want to go through the pain.
Okay. They want to hear it is sweet, it's nice.
Yes, they want to hear, oh, there's nothing to it, go and do.
Right.
Yes, they don't want to hear about the fact that, oh, it's a little painful, but it's not painful.
Okay.
And we got to find out also that more than half of the people that are coming in the last few years are coming because it was a request from the doctor.
Okay.
So they come with a problem to the hospital.
The doctor has made a specific investigation request
for
them to have.
Exactly. So let's say in a day, if we are seeing about 20 people who walk in for a pap smear, about 15 of them came with a request. You'll have just about 5 or less who came and said that, oh, I just want to check.
So they are not presenting on a voluntary basis, spontaneous basis.
Not anymore.
Women are likely to present if it's been requested by a physician.
Yes.
Or if they have signs and symptoms.
Yes, or if they have signs and symptoms.
Okay, so we'll have to run through the signs and symptoms.
Yes, we will.
Again, right? Other than that, they're fine.
Yes. They think they're fine. So I've had a couple of clients who came and they said that, oh, there's no one in my family who has cancer.
Okay.
I've heard them talking about cervical cancer, but well, me, I don't think that I can get it. So I wasn't even bothered. I didn't listen. Okay. So they come to the hospital with a particular complaint and the doctor says, go and do a pap smear.
Okay.
And that's why they are there.
So, Frederica, I mean, based on just this account that you're sharing with me and my listeners, what would you say to women listening to us? You've already clarified it's not painful.
Yeah.
But how would you capture this such that it makes an impact?
Okay. So what I tell my clients mostly is that if you are worried about cost or pain
for
the preventive side, think about what it would be for treatment.
Right.
Because treatment.
So cost may also be a deterrent to some.
Yes.
To some.
Yes. Cost
Okay.
may be a deterrent to some.
Okay.
Okay. Because we've had to go to other OPDs and other departments in the hospital.
Okay.
And
Frederica, let me just pause you there and
Okay.
take a caller on the line and
All
come
right.
back. Wait,
All right.
let's not lose this one. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, okay.
Hi, who's this?
Working from Sema.
OTS, welcome. Go ahead.
My question is the question we asked the doctor, the lady, the doctor said, he said how the women are coming. But I'm asking, are they doing the public service like they went to marketplace and have a chat with them and let them know this is the problem we have in this Ghana. A lot of women are having it, but I don't know if this is the problem. So
Okay.
are they doing the public service? Go to Makola Market and have some giant cream or something and let them know this is the issue. So they should come and check it.
All right. Okay.
And the churches and the mosques, public places that women come and work, market there, market, a lot of places.
All right. Okay. I get you. Right. So OT is saying, well, are we going out rather than waiting for the women? I know all my groups from Kolebu, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Maritime Hospital, they are running community outreaches. They are going out and talking. Frederica, is that not so?
Yes, we are.
Right.
We are.
So it's not the case that we are hiding.
No.
And radio is even stronger.
Yeah.
Right. But they do go out and I do monitor what they do.
We do.
Right. And sometimes we partner them. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not the case, but there is a strong case for increasing and enhancing what we do, amplifying it.
Yeah.
But she was making a point about cost and a few other things and why, how she would capture it for women to come. She said, consider the cost of treatment. Okay, consider the damage that will be done if you present late,
Yeah.
where your cancer has advanced. Right?
And the pain you go through.
And what you go through. Consider the fact that Nortey with his big mouth has said last week 2,997 and we lose about 1,600 of them. They will die.
They will
Every year we diagnose that number or thereabouts. Okay? And these are women you and I know, whether they are in churches, in markets, mosques, or hairdressing salons, in secondary schools, or wherever. We need to get this message across. Yes, Frederica.
So, just to add to what you said, just at the reproductive health unit, my place, only last year,
Yeah.
we screened about 1,847.
Okay,
Yeah.
well done.
But even that number is less than what we've had the previous
That
years.
is a drop.
Yes, that's a drop.
Okay.
That's a drop.
All right. And that's
Okay.
over a period.
That's over a period.
Okay, let me ask you this for the benefit of my listeners. I mean, we know we have cervical cancer month, we have breast cancer month where we raise awareness.
Yeah.
But clarify for us, can a woman just walk in any day and have this done?
Yes. So for every hospital that is doing cervical cancer screening is a walk-in service.
You can walk in any day.
It's a walk-in
It
service.
doesn't
Any
matter the
day.
month, time of
No,
year.
no. It doesn't matter the time of year.
And you can request for it.
Yes.
Okay.
So you just walk in and say you want to have a pap smear done or a cervical cancer test done,
Okay.
and it will be done for you. The
Right.
test is done all year round.
Okay. Right.
It's not only during the cervical cancer month.
Okay.
It's all year round.
All right, great stuff. I'll come back to my WhatsApp. I'm seeing you, assembling on WhatsApp. I'll come to that in a second. If you've just joined us, we're hitting cervical cancer again and looking at screening and the outcomes. What will happen? Is it painful? What will be done? How is it done? How will you be told? When will you get your results? How often should you test? Right? My phone line is active 030-221-6541. WhatsApp is 055-1111-997. Okay, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. All right. Unless you want me to add, they say, increase the height of my voice. Please, this is something you must hear. Whether you're male or female, there's a woman close to you, there's a sister, there's a sibling, there's a mother, an auntie, a co-worker, right? Who is not hearing this or giving it the urgency it demands. Okay, I have another call. I'll come back in a sec. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Nortey.
Hi, who am I speaking to?
Please, this is Rookie from Hacho.
Rookie?
Yes,
Right, you're most welcome.
thank you. So, Nortey, my question is, I know sometimes for other reasons they wouldn't want to mention the cost involved, but I kind of would like to ask, what's the cost involved if someone decides to walk in and do the pap smear or any other thing there?
Right.
Or unless you walk in before you find out. Just
No,
if
no,
someone
no,
wants
no,
to
no,
go,
no, no, no,
at
no.
least you go in prepared.
No, Rookie, you have walked in, and last week we gave costs for maritime, okay? And I'm sure.
Week, so.
Yes. So we're going to do that again. All right. I'm just addressing the fact that you say they may not, for some reason, they may not want to. Please, health is not you see me, I don't see you. Charlie, you are a partner in your own health.
Yeah.
So things that are done, I don't know. Right. Frederica, let's hit it. Okay. So if I walked in, if Rookie walked in, like she
Okay.
said, what does it cost to get the PAP and the other modes done?
Okay. So for the pap smear
Right.
and the HPV testing, well, when we started with the cervical cancer month campaign, every year during the cervical cancer month, we go out to do a lot of the awareness creation and all that.
Okay.
And then we take a period of time where we do a reduced screening,
So
discount
you
on
reduce the cost.
the cost of
Okay.
the screening.
So give us, is it still available, the reduced cost?
Yes,
Okay.
the reduced cost is still available.
Please tell us what it is and how long it's available.
Okay, so currently
Mm-hmm.
the liquid-based cytology that was 200 cedis is now going for 130.
That is the PAP.
That is the pap smear.
Okay,
It's
right.
now going for 130
It's,
cedis.
when it is not on promotion, it is 200,
200
Ghana
cedis.
cedis.
Yes, please.
Which is how much does it cost to do rasta or cornrow, or how much is an average wig? Not the bone straight, but
an average wig.
yeah, about how
Oh,
much?
yeah, going to like 700, 800.
Really?
Yes.
And women have about averagely how many?
Like about 3 or 4.
Okay, so the pap smear 200
200
regular, but
Yes.
till when is it at 130?
till 31st March.
Till 31st March.
Yes, please.
Okay, right. So we hit that. That is for the pap smear.
Yes.
Okay. With when you do the
HPV.
visual inspection. Oh,
No.
okay. Let's do the HPV.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the HPV, it was 350.
Okay.
That's a 2-in-1 test
All right.
actually. So that was 350. Now it's going for 270.
350, 270.
270.
Also till the 31st.
31st March.
Okay. Now, when you say 2-in-1, that means you're doing the pap and the HPV.
And the HPV testing, exactly.
Okay. If you do the pap alone,
That's the 130
that's
now.
130.
Yes.
Right.
Now
Regularly, it is 200.
200. Yes.
Right. Combined, the two of them are 350 regularly
Yes.
after the 31st of March.
Yes.
And now you're doing it for 170.
270.
270. Sorry.
Yes.
270.
Yes, 270.
270 Ghana cedis.
Yes, please.
Still less than the price of a wig, which will make you look nice, but you may not be well.
Yes.
You may not be healthy
Exactly.
with your wig. Okay. Right. Okay. Here it's a bit like Parliament. Okay. So I'm Mr. Speaker. Right. So yes. Do we want to? Can we give details for the VIA? Are you still doing VIA?
Kalepo currently is not doing VIA,
Okay.
but Rage is.
Rage is doing
Yes.
VIA. Do you have
And
an idea?
VIA is not expensive. The last I heard, it was around 50 cedis. I
Okay.
don't know if the price has changed.
Right.
But that was some time
the
ago.
visual inspection using acetic acid, which
yes.
we can call vinegar.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Yes.
they smear that, and then if they're abnormal cells, they will change and
Color.
they are visible.
Yes.
Okay, and that makes it a bit more accessible and cheaper.
And cheaper.
Right.
And that one, the result is instant, though.
You will get it. You'll be told.
You'll be told
If
whether
something-
there are changes there or not.
Okay. Great
So
stuff.
with that one, if we do the test
Mm-hmm.
and it shows that there are changes, then you need to do a further testing. That's when you come
Okay.
to do
Follow
either
up. Okay.
either the pap smear or colposcopy.
So with the VIA, you will be told the outcome
The
of your
outcome.
screening.
Yes.
Okay, whether we found some tests, cells that are, of interest,
Yes.
right? And then we will have to follow up on those cells that are of interest.
Yes.
To confirm
usually with the HPV,
Right.
the confirmation is usually with the HPV or go straight to do a colposcopy.
Okay, we'll come to colposcopy in a second. All right.
Yes. Okay.
So when we say with the VIA, you will get the outcome on the spot. Gina
Yes,
Hoji, pa.
yes.
Right. That outcome, if it communicates to you that some cells were found which were of interest,
Mm-hmm.
is that outcome, is that communication conclusive that you have cervical cancer?
No, it's not.
Please, I want some vim when you, because people will say, I listened to your program and said this.
No, it's not full
It
confirmation
just
that you have
means
cervical
that there are
cancer.
cells that are not the way they should be.
Yes.
And a follow-up further
Should
and
be
better
done.
particulars are needed.
Yes.
Right, which can be facilitated with the HPV test
Yes.
and the colposcopy.
Yes.
All right, folks, please, serious business. Oh.
Joy.
So
Hang on a sec. Make sure you're listening and hearing with clarity. Okay, we're talking about cervical cancer. We're talking about screening. I keep on screaming myself hoarse on screening.
Yeah.
Screening is an assessment you do of presumed healthy people. Okay, even if they
Yeah.
have symptoms, you presume them healthy.
yeah.
Right? So you are screening to see if there are any indicators
Yes.
that may determine that there is a problem to be investigated. All right?
Yes.
So screening doesn't mean that you are going for bam, 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 a diagnosis.
Yes.
Right? It is a procedure, a process, a journey. Assessment is collecting information for a purpose. The purpose is to verify whether you have any changes of concern in this region we call the cervix.
Yes.
Okay, right. So then you said we go further. The HPV will check which type of HPV you have been exposed to.
Yes, please.
All
It
right.
will.
Okay, and is that also Jinahoji?
No.
That is a process. You leave your sample or whatever is taken.
Yes. So with that one, the sample taking goes to the lab,
Okay.
where careful examination is done on the cells.
Okay.
Okay. So with the VIA, in as much as it's like a quick test, you get the result.
Quick and cheap.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that one doesn't give very accurate results as
Okay.
compared to doing the pap smear or the HPV test.
Okay. Right.
And I like what you said about the fact that it's not diagnostic,
Right.
because the pap smear is looking for pre-cancer changes.
Right.
That's the abnormal changes that comes before the
Before.
cancer itself.
right.
So if we see the changes, it doesn't mean you have cancer at that point.
Okay. And there's still a lot we can do
There's still a lot we can do for
at the
you.
precancerous stage.
Yes.
Great stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you say what you said about the VIA, okay, it's not that conclusive
Yeah.
or specific. Right. Let me ask you this. So if your VIA gives you the all clear, nothing changed, how conclusive is that then? Because I've done the visual inspection using the acetic acid, nothing changed. All right. You've already told us that if something changed, I still need further
Yes.
tests and conclusive diagnosis.
Yeah.
But what of the situation where the VIA was clean, right? Do I go have a party, buy some banku and tilapia?
Okay. So
See, today's program is focused on the outcomes and the communication.
Yes.
I think there's a gap there where we
Yes,
don't do
there
too
is.
well. So
There
right.
is.
So my VIA, I did the cheaper one so that I have some money left for tilapia. But yes, it was clear. What does
Okay.
that mean, and how will it be communicated to me, the woman?
okay. So for the pap smear,
Joy.
let me chip this in first.
You've gone back to PAP.
No, sorry, VI. We are
VI.
talking about the VI.
Okay.
But I want to chip in something first.
Right.
When you have the HPV,
Right.
it takes a very long time
Okay.
for it to develop into a full-blown cancer.
Okay.
It takes some time before the changes start.
Okay.
And as it starts, it takes a couple of years for it to advance into a cancer.
Okay.
So it's very possible that you do a VIA. They'll tell you, oh, there's nothing there.
All right.
It's either they hadn't seen the changes at that time,
Okay.
or the changes hasn't started yet,
Okay.
or it's not very advanced.
That is why we do these tests periodically.
Periodically, exactly.
All right.
So if you do the test and you are told it's negative, it doesn't mean you're fine, go and sleep.
Okay.
Well, for that period,
All right.
know that, okay, now I'm good. Keep building your immunity,
All right.
because you don't know whether you have the virus or not. VIA would not tell you whether you have the virus or not.
Okay.
So as to whether the virus is still there, waiting to manifest, you have no idea.
Okay.
So just keep building
so
your
it
immunity.
seems advisable to do the HPV.
It's the best.
All right.
It's the best.
Okay. All right. 41 minutes. Wow. Past 2.
Oh, okay.
Really? Okay, you're in a
Time is
hurry to
good.
leave? We're
No,
not-
the time is going fast. I'm
Right,
surprised.
Okay, yeah, because we're doing good work. Let me read a couple of messages on my
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Wait, hang on a sec. I think my teabag gentleman says he understands now. Yes, Zet in Akwete, man. Oh, it's a lady. I get it now, and I'll come for a cup. Okay, we'll have tea. We'll have tea together. I've got your number now. Okay, not to worry. But some of these scientific facts come up, and on our program we share them if they are related.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't get scared. But it was a general caution. I hear about plastics in our fish and other things. Shall it's getting
Yeah.
scary? You
Yeah,
know.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Now this one says, "Oops." No, I think this is for Samson's program. Okay, let me just see. Good afternoon, Nortey and your guests. I read an article today related to epilepsy last week that said epilepsy is a disability. Is it the same in Ghana or only in the developed world? It is classified in some respects, okay, and in some labor terms and terminology, and I think policy, you can declare some of these things. We talked about that recently when I had the neurologist on the program, okay? Classification wise, I'll come back to you, but I remember I came up with Prof. Patrick and Co, right? Yes, so yes, you're not lost, right? Okay, we're not that far behind, okay? Ghana, we're not that bad. Don't say Ghana, you know, we're not that bad. All right, this one says, oh, this person has sent a picture. All right, I can't do that. Let me quickly. Why are people sending me videos? Again, this is probably targeted at Samson's law program. Okay. This one says, good afternoon, Nortey. When I walk in, which test are they going to do for me? Can I do all the tests? This is from Queen.
Okay. So we've explained that we have different types of the test.
Yeah.
So you get to decide which one you want to do. When you come to the reproductive health units that you want to do a pap smear test,
Okay.
we sit you down, explain everything to you,
All right.
and then give you the options.
Okay.
And you decide which one you want to do.
Okay. Does that suggest, okay, let me play the layman's advocate, that there's an intricate or a requisite pre-counseling process before you even go ahead to do the test? Or the
Yes,
screening?
we do.
You talk to each woman.
We talk to every woman who
you
comes
take
there.
some details, history, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they are empowered to make choices for
Yes,
themselves.
they are.
All right.
They are.
So it's not that you came for this, mommy and temna yamamo.
No.
No.
No. We always do.
You can ask questions.
You are allowed to ask questions.
Okay. You can change your mind and say, maybe now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So we've talked a bit about the VIA. We've talked about the HPV, right, which gives us more specific information as to the type of or the strain of HPV you have, because we are interested in two or three which are particularly associated or strongly associated with cervical. Two. Right. Okay. Right. So that test will give you that.
Yes.
All right. Let's come to the colposcopy. What's that?
So colposcopy is basically an advanced test.
It's imaging, right?
Not necessarily.
All right.
If you say imaging, then we are looking at maybe an X-ray or a CT scan or something. No. Colposcopy is almost like a pap smear.
Okay.
But it's done differently. It's a more advanced test. So with the colposcopy, when you have done your pap smear test or you have done the HPV test and it comes out positive, we do a colposcopy.
Okay.
So you see the pap is looking for the pre-cancer changes.
All right.
Now the colposcopy is going to look for exactly where the changes are.
Okay.
We take a biopsy of that. It goes to the lab to confirm whether what we saw is actually cancer changes or not.
Okay.
So the pap smear test will tell you that we see abnormal changes that is highly suspicious of cancer. Or we see some changes at the cervix. We can't tell exactly what it is.
Okay.
So we do the colposcopy. It's done under the machine we use is called a colposcope. It has a lens attached to it where we are looking straight into the cervix. So when you apply the acetic acid, you can clearly see where the changes are.
Right.
And then we apply another solution we call the Lugos.
Okay.
That helps to keep the changes there in place so that we are able to scrape off the bits that we are seeing.
Okay.
So
For the biopsy.
for the biopsy.
Okay.
But that also comes in as a form of treatment.
Yeah.
Because as we are removing the parts where the changes are,
Okay.
we are just taking everything off.
All right.
So we take a whole margin, we go a little beyond the margin where
Okay.
we see the changes,
Right.
and then we scrape everything off.
Okay.
Then it goes to the lab.
Great stuff. Now, the reason that I said imaging, because I remember with the Ridge Hospital or the Greater Accra Regional Hospital team, a couple of years back, there's a software
Okay.
and a certain app that allows you to actually do some of this and use a mobile phone in a way. We talked about it last. They were looking to buy the colposcope
Yeah.
and that app a couple of years back because it
Okay.
makes it so simple
Okay.
to get the image, and then of course, like you've mentioned, also there's the visualization allows you to also do the treatment
Yeah.
of
So
at that level.
that's a mobile colposcope.
Yeah.
Is the same machine we use,
Yep.
but it's like you get the screen on something that looks like a phone
Yeah, yeah.
instead of the computer.
Yep, exactly. Right. Okay. Great stuff. 48 minutes past the hour. 2 on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm still fixated. I'm still obsessed with cervical cancer and the numbers of women we are losing yearly. And we say yearly because that's okay. We gather the statistics over the year. But
Yeah.
look, as I'm speaking right now, somebody's gone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Every
so
2 minutes.
let's take this serious, right? And let's get the response numbers up. 3% of women in target is not good. Somebody says something. You said build your immunity.
Yes.
How do you build your immunity? Good afternoon. This is from Mina. Okay. Well, if you're doing things that will challenge your immunity, that's one thing you need to look at. But
Yeah.
Frederica, she wants to know, what does she do to build her immunity?
So this is something that we talk about a lot on radio, on TV, everywhere. We talk about things to do, foods to eat, and all of that to build your immunity. We talk about it a lot,
So
but
generally
people
be
are always
healthy.
looking for specifics.
Specific. Be healthy.
Be healthy.
Eat well.
Healthy.
Right. Look after yourself.
Avoid alcohols. Avoid smoking. Avoid the too much sugars.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you're eating a balanced diet.
Right.
You don't necessarily need to even take medication,
Okay.
but you just need to eat well.
Okay.
Exercise a lot. A lot of Ghanaian women don't exercise.
Manage your weight.
Yes.
Joy.
The junk food is too much. Eating late. Eating whatever you feel like eating. All
Okay.
that should be controlled.
Great stuff. Okay, I hope you get that. Okay, look after your body. It's the only one you've got, and they don't
Yeah.
sell the parts at Kokompe or Abosukai, right? So you don't want your cervix or any other part of you having a problem.
Yeah,
That's what she
true.
means. All right.
Exactly.
There are certain conditions, diseases, and things. If you contract them, they also bash your immunity. They compromise your immunity. Okay, so you need to be mindful of that. 50
Yeah.
minutes past the hour 2 on Joy 99.7 FM. We're still digging into cervical cancer, the outcomes, the communication, and so on and so forth with Frederica Koranchi of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She's a senior midwifery officer with the reproductive health unit. First time on Ultimate Health, but tell it, we are grooving like that. We are grooving, but we're hoping we are saving lives as well. Oh
Yes.
yeah, in Afienya, chala, I see you. Ghana Mantho, we'll jam. All right. So any questions, concerns? The phone line is still active. 030-221-6541. WhatsApp is 055-1111-997. Rose, you have dodged me, eh? Hey, when I get you, eh? Anyway, but still, let's look at some of these things now. So, how are you told? Are you told? Well, for some of them, obviously, right there, and then you're getting some feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
How do women typically take this whole process when you're telling them these things? Are they in distress? Are they, calm? What's it like?
So for women who come to do the test at the time they are having symptoms, even when you are reading the initial test to them, it's like you're reading them the death sentence.
Right.
They get so
They're not
nervous.
comfortable.
Yes, they get so nervous and so
Are you as
scared.
sweet as you are now, or when you are in uniform, you are a terror?
Oh no, this is just me.
Because I know my mom's an old midwife, but
This is just me. Everybody who has passed through my hands would say that.
Feel? What's the experience? Let's sell the experience. You come to the family planning unit or reproductive health unit. I mean, are you guys welcoming or
Yes.
are you?
Yes. So my unit is literally. People say we are not exactly part of Kolebu because we do our things differently.
Free crowd, though.
Oh yeah, we do our things differently. Okay, the way we welcome our clients, the way we talk to them, the way we handle them.
The rest of Kolebu will be looking for you.
Oh, I know, I know for
right. So it's a good atmosphere. It's conducive for asking questions.
Yes. So when someone
let me just quickly take this caller and come back to you. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nortey.
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
I'm Godwin from Nungwa.
Godwin.
Yes.
From Nungwa. Godwin from Nungwa, you're welcome. Please share with us. There's a radio in your background. Just lower it slightly and then continue.
All right, okay. Is it okay now?
Lovely. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, this is a very good topic. So it's like I wish if you can treat it next week again, we can repeat it again. Then there's this question I want to ask. He said we should eat healthy food, good food. I don't want to ask what are the healthy food and the food we have to eat. I think that's what I want to ask.
Okay, right. So we do health, we do diet, we do all these things, and every time, every opportunity, my listeners want to know what are the good foods to eat, and they are still eating the the other stuff. Godwin, for you, I will dedicate a program. We bring in the dietitians. We talk about this in relation to so many other things: hypertension, diabetes, obesity, allergies. Your diet. In fact, your health is really what you eat sometimes in many cases. So we'll dedicate some time because we're running out. We've got about 7-8 minutes left. So with your permission, Godwin, we'll do that. I will see. We've done 2 weeks of cervical cancer already. If we can bring it back, I have other specialties and conditions and disorders lined up, banging on my doors. So we'll see how we can get there. All right. Okay. This is Enoch. Oops. What's this saying? Oh. Hi, do you need cervical screening after hysterectomy with your cervix intact? This is Doris. We discussed this last week, right, with the oncologist. Okay. She's had a hysterectomy, but the cervix is still there.
Even without a cervix, she can still do a pap smear.
Okay. Okie dokie. Still screen and check if you're okay. Scroll. How many days will the HPV test take for results to come? This is Mrs. Buama.
Roughly 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. Will you receive a call?
So yes, the as part of the details we take from the client, we take their contact. So we give them a call when the result is ready. Okay.
I'm pulling my hair out. This is from Queen. Any symptoms that should make any woman go for these tests? Because we hit them. But let's hit them again. Darling Frederica.
I would always say, don't wait to have symptoms before you go to do the test.
Okay, we've said that for a large period. This is silent, invisible.
Yes.
Okay, asymptomatic.
Exactly.
But for you, Queen, my darling.
So, yes. So the symptoms usually come when there is a full-blown cancer.
When it's moved already.
Yes.
Okay.
And usually,
into that stage.
Usually, by the time you have symptoms, a test will not even do much good. We go straight to a biopsy to know the stage of the cancer you've got into, and then the treatment starts.
Okay.
So the
symptoms.
So the symptoms include bleeding after sex, severe pain during sex,
right,
very offensive discharge, which usually smells like rotten egg or rotten fish.
Okay.
And then there's irregular bleeding or abnormal bleeding from the vagina.
Okay.
And then there's also bleeding after menopause.
Okay.
And as it's advancing, you tend to have very severe low abdominal pain and waist pain. There's unexplained weight loss. There's urine retention, all of that.
Right. And this urine retention and fluid retention also sometimes leads to the swelling, the edemas and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
One more time for Queen and the others. Symptoms. All right. Which may sadly indicate that, hey, things have advanced, things have progressed, but we're listing them again. Do not wait for symptoms.
Yes.
Please go check yourself and be given the all clear, and then you maintain the all clear. That status is not permanent. Okay, you can still go and expose yourself to other things, and changes will be going on. The symptoms again.
bleeding after sex or during sex, severe pain during sex, very abnormal vaginal bleeding, very, very, very offensive vaginal discharge,
Okay.
usually smells like rotten egg, rotten fish, bleeding after menopause. As it's advancing, you get the low abdominal pain, waist pain, the unexplained weight loss.
Okay. Right. So any of these, respond, but don't wait for them. Okay. Now, Dede in Maryland is saying, why do the VIA if it is best to do the pap smear since Kudi is much of a concern? In fact, the VIA is part of the Kudi matter.
Yeah.
Right? Because access is difficult. In fact, many women love it when we do this and they hear promotion. Right? They hear discount. And even with the discount, it doesn't count for some people, right? Spend money on the VIA, and when it's determined further test is required, then another additional cost. Why not do it one time and be done with it? Dede, I love what you're saying, but hey, we make a lot of noise, but our country is a resource constrained country in every respect of that phrase, right? You'd be amazed what women do in place of reproductive health or family planning. Years back, I used to do programs on the choco bomb, things they insert there to abort, and other things. They grind glass. They take the insides of battery cells. And we've done. Oh, where's Dr. Brightson? Oh, I had way back. Remember, Ultimate Health is 20-something years old. All right. So yeah. It's all money matter and education. But great point from you, Dede. If you can, and I saw Queen there, thumbs up for you, Queen. Queen has asked a question which says, what if I want to do all? All right. Hey, she wants to know. So that's good. Okay. But for a lot of women, just going to hospital is wahala. Right? I've done a lot of advocacy, gender, and other stuff. There are women who, at their most critical times of health need, that is when domestic violence is even escalated because they are asking for too much and so on and so forth. So there are dynamics we try to bridge, but they also make it difficult.
So for the reproductive health unit, we have one procedure room designated for pap smears only.
Okay.
So when you walk in, you want to do a pap smear or the HPV testing, we take you straight in there. We talk to you, you do the test. You are not going to join a very long queue. It's not like a whole kolebu where you go to the OPD and go and pick a folder and do all that.
No, so it's a VIP lane.
Sort of,
okay.
Yes.
All right, great stuff. Great to hear. But let me ask you this. We're almost out of time. When women get the information, okay, that hey, there's something there, we need to go further, right? Or even when it's confirmed to be cancer, do they come back? Do we get them back? I know when we're doing maternity stuff and pregnancy and all that, the numbers for antenatal are higher than the numbers for postnatal. We lose a lot of women.
That's true.
So what is it like for cervical cancer? Okay, I've done the test. They found something, unfortunately. They are offering an intervention, management, care. Do women come back? Do they disappear? What do the numbers tell you?
Okay, so when a client comes in to pick the results and we explain it to them, if they have to do a colposcopy, we call them to come.
Right.
There are a couple of times you call, they'll tell you they'll come, but they don't come. We still call.
All right.
If we have done the colposcopy and it shows that there is cancer or it's advanced and we have to follow up to do maybe a surgery or something, we do follow up on them. We've only had a few of them who, after they had been told they had cancer, decided to go do herbal.
Oh boy, okay.
Yes. But almost all of them who went away came back in a much worse state. And at that point, everything had to be taken out.
Okay.
Yes. So we have most of them who do come back.
Right.
And a few of them who will decide to go do herbal.
They go do matrimakwe somewhere else.
They have heard that the herbal preparations can cure cancer.
Okay.
So they go try it.
Okay. Right. I had a discussion with a learned, should I say listener or friend of the program?
Okay.
And I think when we did cancer, he thought that we were denigrating or should I say, biased against herbal. Okay. And years back, I used to do a lot of the herbal stuff and stuff like that. All right. We'll take a look at that. Okay. But the bulk of the people I do bring in are from orthodox medicine, and we talk about the things they use and the data and the research behind it. I know there's lots of people, even with COVID, people wanted to fight vaccines on my show.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So if you're listening and you feel you have any herbal testimonies or anything like that, please, I'll grill you just the same way I grill these people. Okay. I promise you that. Okay. So we don't want people. We've had people, even I work in Kolebu, we've had people who run away, and they in the days of TB Joshua, people ask you for a report. They want to go and present at the synagogue church, and they do come back west sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. If they come back at all. So Frederica, it's been great having you.
Thank you.
Definitely, you know, if it's nice, do it twice. I will call you. I will call you again. I'm so grateful. All your big people there, right? All my friends. Hey, is Ali there? Somewhere.
Yes, he's around.
Ali is my buddy.
He's around.
We're mates. They like to tell us we are old, but we refuse. We are not old. All right. But folks, we're 3 minutes past 3. Okay. This is serious stuff. That's why I brought, I sought to bring the team in again. Kolebu, Rage, Maritime, wherever it is, have it checked out. If in doubt, go further. Seek another opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Your body is the only thing you've got. And the numbers are too frightening.
Yeah.
Too frightening. In my early years of clinical practice, I remember there was a lady, end-stage breast cancer, I used to go and see in Bubuashi. And when I entered the house, I can smell rotten flesh. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, and she used to look at me and say, can you just stop the pain? End stage. Her husband was then a teacher. He later became a pastor with Church of Pentecost. But sadly, she passed. And she had, I think, 2 or 3 young children. This is so long ago. Please, we don't want anybody to get there. If it is preventable, detectable, diagnosable, and manageable, please, we will bring it on Ultimate Health. Once again, lovely to have met you. Lovely to have had you educate us, Frederica. Great stuff. And to my producer, Ziggy, I know you come with some, he has a way of doing, Charlie, last week was playing some selections there, but I'm an old DJ. One day I'll sit next to him. We'll do some 1s and 2s. But he strings them together. But I've realized now I know his taste. I know where he's going when I leave. But I'll leave you again with this one by Glenn Ganababa Warren. The son of the real Glenn Ganaba. Yeah? Happy Feeling. It's a song. Go and listen to the song. It's about an orphan, you know, a mother singing to an orphan, or an orphan singing, right? But it's part of our Ghana month. Stick and stay. Don't go away.
Joy 99.7 FM.